Today I am going to be making my curried coconut chicken, and as you can see here, I have my chicken. It has been washed, double washed, vinegar and lime, and these are some chicken thighs, and they have been de-skinned. Is that a word? The skin has been removed, and of course there is no bone in it. Now, you can get this to purchase in the supermarket, so you don't have to put yourself through the trouble of removing the bone from the thigh. Now, if you look here, you will notice that there is just a little bit of fat to be found. That is fine because we're going to saute this meat before it is cooked down or stewed down its curried goodness. I've gone ahead and I have prepped my seasoning. I have onions, garlic that I have crushed, ginger that I have sliced, Scotch bonnet pepper, I have my thyme, and I also have my scallion. So I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to season up the meat. So for starters, I want to add a little bit of black pepper. So I add the black pepper. I am going to be going in with little bit of, you know it, I cook nothing without my Cajun seasoning. Little bit of Cajun seasoning. I want to add some paprika. Don't mind the fact that it seems as if the seasoning is just being added on one side. That's fine because we're going to massage that. I also want to go in with a little bit of cayenne pepper. Okay. I love pepper, you can tell. Granted, I'm not going to be eating the chicken, but notwithstanding, it's still something for me to do. Now, while that is going on, we just want to ensure that we get our oil in our crock pot, because this is where we're going to be cooking up our goodness today. So we want the oil to be in our crock pot, and we want that to just heat up real nicely. All right. Next up, I am going to go ahead and add just a little bit of curried powder. Now, there are ways in which you can do this. You can go ahead and add it directly to your pot, which I'm going to do as well, but you can do it this way. So right after that, I'm going to add me some, you know, my goodness. Remember this? My green seasoning. So I'm going to add some green seasoning to it. Again, this is for depth of flavor, and you want to just rub this up a little bit and put it there to rest. Okay, I will also add to this a few pieces of clove. Persons believe that you only use clove when it is Christmas time and you're preparing ham. I love to use clove in meat. It's either clove or star anise, but I've gone ahead and I have added some turmeric, and I've also added some salt. Now, not a lot of salt because, you know, salt is always to taste. So I'm going to go in now and I'm just going to massage this meat. It smells good already. It smells really good. Alright, so one of the things you're going to notice here is that you could leave this to rest a little bit just for the seasoning to really marinate in it, or because you're going to be cooking it in your crock pot, you need not worry about letting it rest, because of course everything is going to cook evenly and all that spice, all the juice, everything, all the flavor is going to come together nicely. Alright, so now that our oil is nice and hot, I'm going to go ahead by adding all our little spices here, or ground seasoning. So let me start by adding the garlic. Now, one of the things to note with garlic is that as soon as garlic hits, once it becomes heated, you know it's going to fry up, and you have to be careful because it can become bitter, and that's not what we really want. We're going to saute off all these vegetables that I have cut up. Well, they're not really vegetable, we call them seasoning. Some people call them vegetables though, depending on where in the world you're from. I'm going to go in with the pepper as well, lots of scotchy. Alright, gonna go in with that. I'm also gonna drop in our ginger slices at this point, and only a half of the scallions. Only a half of the scallion. You should smell that. It smells really good. All right, so we just want that to saute up real nicely. Please remember, you either need to use a wooden spoon here, or you could go ahead and use the spoon that came with the crock pot. Whatever you do, do not use metal in your crock pot. Alright, so we're just gonna have that sit here and do its little thing. Saute. Alright, so now that it's doing its thing, the next step is that you want to brown just a little bit of the curry powder. There you go. You want that to brown up because we're looking for a nice rich yellow curry as well. Just go ahead, just all around in there. Smells really nice. Just allow that to do its thing a little bit more. So now that we have our seasoning or vegetables, whatever you want to refer to it as, nicely sweating here, we're gonna go ahead and add the chicken for the browning process. So don't worry about the fact that you might not be getting a very loud sizzle. I can guarantee that the oil here is hot. Alright, so we just want to rest that there and allow it to brown out. Alright, so it's finished sauteing. Our next step now will be to go ahead and add our coconut milk. Ooh, goodness. Alright, so you know that the coconut milk is also going to be acting as a thickening agent. We want to add the rest of our scallion and thyme, and also to add in our pimento greens. And the next step is to go ahead and put on our lid. Hold the drill. The lid must be in the sealed position, which is the arrows must be in line, and we're going to ensure that up here seal is set to closed. And I'm putting this there for 15 minutes. Remember, we had sauteed before, so a part of the cooking process would have started. Let's go. It's gonna do its thing. See you in 15 minutes. All right, so the last thing that I'm gonna add is a little bit of masala. So it's gonna get that authentic Indian vibe going. Look at that thickness, creaminess. Here we have it, our finished product. Look at that, thick and nice. Curry doesn't look like our traditional Jamaican curry. This is our, well, my take on the Indian version of curry. So I have my masala that is in it, and of course all my coconut and all my spices. That's it. It's ready. It's done. Chicken pieces are here. Ooh. Hot, 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 hot. Look. All our chicken pieces are in it, nice and tender. So of course this can be served up with white rice, or it could be served with, if you're Jamaican enough and really don't care, things like your green banana and your yam, it still goes well. Or guess what, you could actually serve this up with some spaghetti. Wait for the plating. Finished product, serve that up with some spaghetti. As I had said, let me zoom in. Looking real nice. I expect it to taste real nice.